Hello, my name is Colton Kirshner. I am a game developer, and this is my project Impetus on my portfolio here. I start off by showing off the description and stuff to get people excited, and I move down into the gameplay loop here if I start this over. This kind of outlines the entire game and how it all works together with all the systems I have. It's kind of like the finalized work in progress here. And then I move down into the background slash goals. This outlines the reason why I decided to make this project, the goals I have for this project, and how this will challenge myself to become a better game developer. And speaking of challenges, I outline all the level design challenges slash game design challenges that I am facing slash will face for this project. And I also have the solutions outlined for them. I start by making an overview on how I'm solving each challenge currently, and then break down into things I can do in the future to even better this challenge, such as I don't have AI racers, but adding AI racers or scripted events will make this level interaction better, whereas I still have like checkpoints and other things to interact with in the level. Same with visual clarity and replayability and player choice. And then I move on into the mechanics. I start off with the most integral piece. I outline how how integral the flight mechanic is in the game, how I implemented the system, and how I made it all more interactable by making animations depending on player input. And I have a short video kind of showing off what it looks like in game whenever I first made it, as well as outlining all of the code here. And the same with the start line. I start by saying how I'm implementing the system currently in the game and my future plans for it, as well as with all of the code. And then same thing with the checkpoints here and with the code. And then moving down to the UI, this is probably the second most important mechanic that I made so far. I also have a short video kind of showing how it updates depending on crossing the start line and the timer ticking up and checkpoints ticking up at a 6, depending on if you hit it or not. And then I have all the code here as well. And then I have how the UI system is an important part of the game, how the system is being used, and how I have future plans for it and how I plan on implementing it in the future. And then moving down to the level design process, I start by showing the entire process all the way up until the gameplay loop, which I kind of show through the game mechanics. I start by sketching. This allows me to get all my ideas down on paper and start to visualize everything. Then I move into illustrating it, where I can fine tune that sketch and make it more readable and move things around to make it more perfected, and then move on into a level design document where I can do the same thing with game mechanics and flow and stuff like that to make the rest of the processes down development easier. And then I move into prototyping, which is using this and using certain tools like landscape for the specific project in Unreal Engine to accomplish my goals and to make that into the actual game. And this kind of shows these pictures kind of show the process of that, adding in the map, outlining it, adding detail, and then getting a finished kind of prototype here. And then I move down into the gameplay loop where I can actually start making the game mechanics, and I illustrate how, depending on how the game mechanics develop and how they flow with the map, either the game mechanics will need to change, or I will have to go back into the prototype section and change it a little bit so it all flows together properly. And then I move down into my level design document, which kind of outlines everything I said before with the game overview, the map, the gameplay summary, and visual references. And the gameplay summary kind of breaks down every single part of the map into its core elements and how I all want it to work and flow together. So that is my current project on my portfolio. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I can continue to improve this and make it even better. Thanks for watching.